Everyone, and welcome to today's event, How to Build Your Character and Personality. And it's important to have good character and personality, right? Because it is who you are. It will represent who you are as an individual. It will affect everything you do, and it will affect how you attract people, who will come into your life, and how to build relationship with other people depend on your character and personality. Because as human beings, we are social creatures, which means one of the important aspects of being a human being is to build successful relationship with others. And in order to do that, you want to make sure you have good character, good personality, so people want to build relationship with you, right? So in today's event, I will share with you 5 different tips how to build good character and personality. So let's get started. The first tip is to take responsibility for your life. What this means is that everything that happens into your life, positive, negative, you want to take responsibility for it. And yes, sometimes it's not easy to take responsibility for a negative outcome, right? Because if we take responsibility for a negative outcome, sometimes we feel bad because it shows a fault and the things that we do that is not correct, and it shows that we are not a good or a negative person. And so sometimes we don't want to take responsibility for our negative outcome. But good character and good personality is about taking responsibility for your life, not only for the positive outcome, but for your negative outcome also. And another good thing is that if you want to build your character great and personality, it is taking responsibility for your negative outcome. When you do that, that is where your character, that is where your personality build the most, not through your success as much. Because when you have to take responsibility for your negative outcome, it takes a lot of strength and courage, to admit that you did something wrong. And when you're doing something wrong, you know that you can learn and improve. That is when it shows your inner strength. And that is when how you build strong character and personality. Okay? And another great thing about taking responsibility for your negative outcome is that it will show you that you are still a terrific person. It does not mean you are a bad person when you take responsibility. And when you take responsibility, that means you are strong. You are owning up to your mistake. And that is inner strength. And that will build up your inner character a lot faster compared to if you take responsibility for your success. Okay? And also when it comes to success, it's about overcoming challenges, which means overcoming your mistake. If you learn about success people, it is not their ability that they have knowledge or smarter or more intelligent. It is their ability to overcome challenges and take responsibility for their mistake and see where they can learn and improve and keep on moving forward. And that is one big component of success. And that's why when you learn how to take responsibility, you will build your inner strength and courage. So when you become adult, you are ready to tackle challenges because you will face a lot of challenges. And if you do not take responsibility for it, then it's hard for you to learn and grow, to build that character, to build that personality that you need to become successful in life. Okay? And also, when you take responsibility for your life outcome, it builds your maturity. And becoming a mature person is important in life because as an adult, society and others will expect you, okay, to take responsibility for your life. This means you don't complain, you don't make excuses. They expect you to take responsibility. Whatever your outcome is, whatever you need to do in life to make your life successful, it is your responsibility. And that is the expectation of society and others. And so in this case, you want to learn how to take responsibility for your life outcome at an early age to prepare yourself for the future. Okay? And it is the ability to move forward from your failures, that is where success lies, right? And that's where your character builds. And so it's important that you learn how to take responsibility for your life. And people don't want to be around immature people, right? And successful people and positive people, they want to be around people that have good character, mature. Mature means take responsibility and not blaming and complaining for your life outcome. So you want to build positive relationship with others, is take responsibility and be a mature person by owning up to your mistake. And that is what they want, okay? They want to see that, okay, you can take responsibility. They do not want to see that you are perfect and only take responsibility for your success. But they want to see that can you overcome your mistake or not. And by taking responsibility for your life outcome, positive, negative, you are becoming a mature person, and that is what people want to see within an individual, and that builds good character and personality. Because owning up to your mistake, that does not mean you are a negative person. It shows that you have inner strength. It shows that you have good character and personality. Okay, and in business, when it comes to business, it is the ability to make decisions quickly. Okay, and if you never take responsibility to make your own decision, then how will you ever learn to make your own decision in life? And if you want to become successful in life and in business as well, it's the ability to make quick decisions. And in order to make quick decisions, you have to learn how to take responsibility, to understand who you are and what you need to do. But if you never practice that, then it's hard for you to make decisions. And in business and in life, it's the ability to make quick decisions when it comes to your life and your outcome. And take responsibility will help you do that, to help you build your character, become a mature person, to know when to make good decisions. Okay, because in life, in business, they need to make quick decisions quickly. They don't have time for you to sit there and think. And by taking responsibility, it gives you a practice to know what's right for you and know where you need to improve. And the more you learn how to take responsibility, it will be quicker for you to make good decisions in the future when you become adult. Okay? And taking responsibility is a trait that you can learn no matter how terrible you are at the moment, or no matter if you never take responsibility for. It's a learning trait. And as a young person, you want to start out early. And that is the advantage, okay? Because taking responsibility is a learning trait. There's a right way and there's a wrong way to do it. And so when you start out early, you have a lot of opportunity to become successful, okay? Because as a young person, you live with your parent. And if you have trouble making decisions, and if you fail, then you have your parent to support you, to guide you. But if you wait till you're older, and then you have no one to support you as an adult, then it's hard for you to learn to learn how to take responsibility. And that's why learning how to take responsibility at a young age is important. But a lot of time, parents tend to make all the decisions, take the responsibility from the kid, and never allow the kid to learn how to take responsibility. And so that's why it's important for you to learn how to take responsibility for your own life at an early age, which means you want to be confident in yourself, in expressing yourself, your needs and decide what you want to do in life at an early age. Not about deciding a career path, but like when it comes to small things, like when someone asks you, like, what do you want to eat? You want to be confident of knowing and saying what you want to eat. Even if it turned out incorrectly, that's okay. Take responsibility, say, oh, okay, I made a mistake. I did not want to eat that. But then when you take responsibility, it will help you see, okay, how can I make better decisions in the future? What kind of food will better fit me in the future if I take responsibility for it? But if you never take responsibility and always allow other people to make your decision, when it comes to small decisions when you are young, then you don't have the chance to practice, okay? And another good thing is that as you are young, you will make a lot of mistakes, right? And which means it will give you a lot of opportunity to build your character and personality if you take responsibility for it, okay? And if you have a hard time on knowing where to learn and improve, then that's where your parents come in to help support you, right? To make better decisions, to guide you. And that's why starting early is so important, because you have somebody there to support you. But if you wait for so long, when you become an adult, then it's hard for you, okay? Because sometimes no one's going to be there. And so that's why starting out early is so important. And so you want to take ownership of your success and failure, small one and big one, when you're young, okay? And no matter what happened in life, you don't want to complain and blame. See where you can learn and improve, and that's called taking responsibility. And taking responsibility means when you have a success, okay, take responsibility about that and its accomplishment. See where your accomplishment is at, and see how can you learn and improve from there. And when you have a failure, see where your weakness is at, and then see where you can learn and improve from there. And that is called taking responsibility. And when you can do that, then you have more control of yourself, more control of your life to see where you move forward. So when you become an adult, then when you do that, it will help you see where you need to learn, improve, and be on your own successfully. But you never have the opportunity to take responsibility, to know where to learn and improve, then it's hard for you to learn and improve in the future, even though as an adult, okay? Because if you never learn something, how to do something, no matter how old you are, you won't become successful. And that's why you want to learn how to take responsibility at the beginning, when you are young, okay? And that is important. And again, remember, the more you try new things, the more you fail, and the more you take responsibility, have the courage to learn. That's where you build your character the most, your personality the most. That's when you unleash your inner strength, when you overcome failure, when you overcome your mistake, okay? And again, it's important to help you at the beginning, because in life, you will encounter a lot of challenges, right? Big challenges, unexpected challenges, and you want to be ready to take responsibility for it. You want to have the ability to build your character, to be ready to overcome challenges. But you never have the opportunity to do that, then it's hard for you to overcome challenges in the future, okay? And we will face with unexpected challenges. So by taking responsibility early, and when you can take responsibility for small things in your life, in your early life, it's preparing you for adulthood. So when you become adult, you know what responsibility is. You know how to learn and move forward, and that is important. Because remember, life success is a lot about learning how to overcome your challenges, your mistake. Okay? So, and another thing is, even if you're young or old, by the end of the day, your life is your responsibility, okay? No one and nothing will come to make your life possible except for you. Yes, other people will support you along the way, but by the end of the day, it's your decision. It's your responsibility, how you make your own decision to move forward and to do what you need to do to become successful. Other people, they are just an extra support, but it's you ultimately at the end will be responsible for your life. And if you never know how to take responsibility, then it's hard for you. And that's why taking responsibility is a character trait. It's a personality trait that you want to learn how to build to help you become successful in life. Okay? So that's the first tip. The second tip to build your character and personality is commitment. What this means is that you want to follow through what you decide to do. Yes, first you have to be clear, decide firmly what you want to do. But second is commitment. Follow through on what you say. Okay? And there's also about integrity, follow through what you say. Because you don't want to be a fraud by saying, okay, I'll do this and not do it. And if you keep doing that all the time, then that's not integrity. That's not good character. That's not good personality. Okay? And so by being commitment, build the habit of commitment will help you not to quit, not to give up on yourself. And that is important. The ability, the inner strength to not give up yourself is a character and is an inner strength that you want to build yourself. Because you know why? Because in society there are so many influences that will influence you to quit on things, on your goals and your dream. You will have people that will doubt you. You will see a lot of negative information on the media, and what you hear on the radio or television, they will influence you to quit. That is just part of society. It is not that your goal that you cannot achieve. Again, it's the ability to block out the influences. But when you develop the trait of commitment, that means you're committed every time you make a decision. And so no matter what people are trying to influence you, you're not going to quit because you develop that commitment within you already. You have that trait within you. Every time you set a goal, every time you decide to do something, you will follow through. You are committed because you have that trait within you. So no matter what happens from the outside, you will follow through. And follow through is so important because like I said, it is not the goal or your dream that is difficult that you cannot achieve. It's the ability to follow through. Okay? It's the ability to block out. So inside, outside influences to help you move forward. And so you want to build the commitment, follow through. Okay? So example of commitment is there are different types of example of commitment. Of course, commitment to your goal when you set it, right? But also commit to a decision that might be wrong for you. Yeah, because we will make decisions that might be wrong, that might be not a good fit for you, but you still need to follow through your commitment. Okay? So like for example, let's say that you decide to sign up for a program that is 1 month long. And after you attend for 1 week, you find out that, oh, this program doesn't fit me anymore. It's not what I hope to be, okay? But as a committed person, you will follow through anyway. Even though you might not see the full benefit from the program, but you want to be committed to the program for that 1 month, okay? Even though that program might not be a good ideal fit for you, but you can still learn a lot of valuable lessons from it. Right? Because the reason why you sign up at the beginning is because you see the value in it, right? Because if you don't see the value, then you won't sign up at the beginning. Even though the value is there, but it might not be 1% fit your ideal situation, but you still can learn from it. So commitment is follow through the program to that 1 month in, even though it might not be the ideal. And that is called commitment. Okay, follow through. And that is so important because every time you quit on something, you are not building that commitment. And if you are not committed to yourself, then it's hard for you to commit to big challenges goal in the future. Because remember, when you have big goals, you will face a lot of challenges, a lot of external influences that will influence you to quit. Okay, and remember, it's not about your goal that you can achieve, it's the influences. So but if you're committed every time you do something, you build the habit for yourself. And so when you have that habit, then it doesn't matter what happens from the outside, you will still follow through. And that is what you want. And when you do that, when you set big goal for yourself in the future, you will follow through no matter what. And that will help you have good character to help you push through life. And that's what people want to see. Okay, and when you, especially when you work for other people, they want to see that. Can you follow through with something? Can you commit to a project? Can you follow through with big challenges? And that's what people want to see from a person. And that's who they want to work with. We're a person that could commit to themselves, to whatever they are doing. Okay? And so in this case, but there's an exception. So there's an exception that you can quit on something. So let's say that you sign up for a program that's 1 year long, okay? And you find out that, okay, this program will not do anything for me, okay? And that program will take you a lot of time and energy. Then okay, then you can let it go because it will take you a lot of time, a lot of your energy. Because if you are in a program for 1 year, that's a lot of time, your energy, and you do not want to waste that 1 year time and energy. Okay, so if that's the case, if it's still 1 year long and it will take you a lot of time and energy, then okay, then you can let it go. Because if you hold on to it, then you'll be wasting a lot of your time, and you don't want to waste a lot of your time. Okay, then that's the case, then you need to let go. But if it's only like 1 or 2 or 3 months, and you know that you can still learn valuable lessons from something, then be committed to it. Follow through with it, okay? Because you will still learn, even though it might not be the ideal program for you, okay? So commitment Okay, and if it's wrong, even if you need to be committed to your daily decision, when you say you'll do something for somebody, do it. Okay, those little things will help you. If you say that you're gonna go work out a certain time, be committed to it. If you say you're gonna meet up with a friend, be committed to it. Even though you might feel like, oh, that's not my best decision, still commit. Remember, it's about the commitment. And if you feel like that you make this wrong decision all the time, then learn from your decision. Let's say that you sign up for a program and it's not a good fit. Okay, follow through, and then in the future learn about yourself. Okay, why did that program does not fit who I am? And then in the future, seek out better program, make better decision for it. Learn from your mistake. Okay, to seek out better program. You do not want to repeat your mistake and find out that, oh, I signed up for the wrong program again. Okay, so in this case, it's the ability to overcome challenges. It's the ability to learn from your mistake. That's where you build your character. Commit, okay, and then learn how to improve in the future. But the most importantly is commit to whatever you are doing, to yourself, to other people. Okay, and that will build your trait of commitment, to follow through and not quit, because that is what help you build good character. Help people see that you are trustworthy, to see that you are honest, that they want to work with you, to connect with you. And so commitment is important. Okay, so that's the second tip to help you build good character and personality, is commitment. The next tip to help you build good character and personality is to do the right thing. And yes, there's a lot about doing the right thing, right? For example, doing the right thing is about treating other people positive, not lie. Those are positive things. Or helping others. Those are positive things. Doing the right thing when other people need your help. Okay? But most importantly, doing the right thing is about doing what is right for you, even if no one agrees with you. And no matter how tough the decision is, if you know it's the right thing for you, you need to do it. And that is when you build your character. And that is when you build your inner strength. When you are doing something that no one supports you, but you know it's right for you, you are follow through with your decision, even though you might fail, even though if you experience fear within you. But if you know that's the right thing for you, you need to do it. And that's when you build your character the most. Because when something is fearful and you go after it, that's when you build your inner strength. That's when you build your courage. That's when you build your courage. And that's what people want to see. Okay? Do you have the ability to do, things that are fearful, to do things that's outside your comfort zone? And that is what people want to see. Okay? And so doing the right things is, no matter how hard it seems, you want to do it. Okay? And that's why starting early, doing the right thing for yourself when you are young. When you fail, then you have your parent to help you or others to support you, to build your strength up. So when you become adult, you are comfortable facing your fear. You are comfortable making tough decisions. Okay, and that is what you want. So, for example, tough decision, when no one agrees with you, even your family, and if you know it's the right thing for you to do, you need to do it. Okay, and the more you do that, the more your inner strength will build, the more your character will build, because people will see that, okay, they have the courage, they have the discipline to do what they need to do to make the right decision. Because making the right decision in life to help your life successful is not an easy thing. It requires making tough decisions. Okay, and you want to build the habit of doing that. And also, even if you make tough decisions and you fail, okay, remember, it's the ability to pick yourself up after failure. That's where you build your character, okay? So if you fail, that doesn't decrease your character, okay? What increases your character is when you fail and then you pick yourself back up. That is where your inner strength grows. That is where your courage will grow. And that's how you build strong character, okay? Because success and the destination, it doesn't help you build your character. Yes, the result that you get It helps you feel good, the success, but it's the ability, what you do to get to your success. That's where your character build. That's where your personality build. Okay, and that's why people always encourage us to take on challenges, to go outside your comfort zone. It's not only about being successful, but it's about building your character, building your personality when you tackle challenges, when you take a step outside of your comfort zone, and that's where your character build. And that's why people always encourage you to step outside your comfort zone and to face challenges, is to help you build yourself. And it's not about the end destination of success. Okay? So in this case, to help you, do more the right thing is, again, to focus on the journey. Remember, the journey of getting to your success, that is where your character is built, and not really the destination. Remember, even if you fail, that's okay. Because failure doesn't determine your character. Your character is determined by how you pick yourself back up. Do you make tough decisions to do what is right for you? Do you take responsibility for what is right for you to make your life possible? It is those things. It is not about failing. It is not about success, but it's about what do you do, okay? After you fail, what do you do to get to your success? And that's where your character build, and that's where your personality build, okay? So the fourth tip to help you develop good character and personality is learn how to connect with the world better, which means connecting with others better, right? And so because you want to connect with others, when you connect with others, you start to care for others. You show your kindness. Because in order for you to connect with others, you have to be kind, right? You have to care for others, care for even animals, trees, living things. In order to connect with them, you have to care. And when you connect, you want to connect with the world. It builds your careness, it shows your careness, it shows your kindness. And when those positive things, those are positive traits. And when those positive traits manifest in you, you have good character. You have good personality, okay? So, for example, you want to be a friendly person, okay? That's a good character and personality, because to build a relationship with others, you want to be a friendly, which means you want to get to know people. You want to greet people. You want to create small talk with them. Okay, get to know them on a small level at the beginning, and then build up to a bigger conversation with them. But it start out with you being friendly, being open. Yes, if you are open and friendly, and if people don't want to build a relationship with you, okay, then you know that they don't want to. But when it comes, it's your responsibility to initiate. If you want to build a relationship with them, not them start. Okay, it's your life, it's your responsibility. So become a friendly person. Get to know people, and that's a good positive trait. Remember, we are social creatures. We want to be around positive people, and in order to be around positive people, it starts with you. Okay, so another way to build positive relationship with others is to become a positive person. Okay, because you attract who you become, and we want to build a positive relationship only, right, and not negative. So let me ask you this: do you want to be around negative people? No, right? Because if you're around negative people, then you will become negative yourself. And that's why people always encourage us to stay away from negative people. Because if we're around negative people, we become negative. So, if you are a negative person, positive people will do whatever it takes to stay away from you. Because why would they want to be near you when you are negative? Because if they are near you, they will be negative themselves. And they don't want to do that. So in this case, positive people will do whatever it takes to stay away from you if you are a negative person. Okay? So in this case, if you want to attract positive people, build a positive relationship with others, it starts with you. Learn how to become more positive. Okay? And the more positive you become, the more you will attract positive people. Because again, positive people only want to be around positive people. So when they see that you are more positive, they will come talk to you. They will want to build a relationship with you. Okay? So it starts out with you. Other things to help you build a connection with the world, to help you show your care and your kindness, good personality, is to do small act of kindness. Small act of kindness is do small thing to improve yourself, do small thing to help others, do small thing to help your community. Okay, and when you do that, when you do a lot of those small things, it will build up your character. Okay, and yes, maybe you do one thing once in a while, may not have big impact, but if you combine a lot of small things throughout the day or throughout the week, it will build your character dramatically. Okay, and that's important. Today's small act of kindness are big act of kindness because when they combine, it will make a big impact on you. Okay, and so do small things for your families, friends, your community, society, and the world. Or anytime you go somewhere and you see that you can do small act of kindness, take the time to do it. By doing that a lot and often, it will show your good character. It will show that you are kind. It shows that you are caring. And that's what people want to see in a person, in an individual. Okay? And also another way to help you, develop more is to build a connection with the world and society. So small act of kindness is doing small things, right? But when you want to do something to connect with the world at a bigger level, then you want to do something that can promote a better society. Work something toward to promoting a better society in the world because you are a part of the world. And if you can do that, you're not only doing that for the world and society, but you're also doing it for yourself because you are a part of the world. And so by doing that, it will show your compassion, your love and caring. Love and caring is sometimes small at the small level, but when you do something big for the whole world, it will show your compassion. Compassion for everybody and everything around the world. And that is good character, and that is good personality. Okay? And even though if you want to do something big and it take a long time, remember, the destination, it doesn't build your character. It's the process. As long as you're learning and growing and to do something better daily to improve your society and the world, you will build your character. Okay? Even if you never reach your destination, remember, that doesn't matter as much. The thing that matters is your daily action step and how much effort, how much time you put in to improve the society. And that's where your character and personality build. Okay? So it's the act daily that build your character, not the destination. Okay? So those are some ways to help you build a better connection with the world. And the last and final tip is to work on your personal development. Okay? Because the more you work on yourself, right, the more you connect with yourself, others, build your character, and with others. So let's say that if you need to work on to become more positive, then that is working on yourself. Okay, so whatever that you want to improve on, work on your personal development. If you need to work on your self-confidence, your self-esteem, then take the time to learn that, because the better person you are, then the more you can connect with others. The more your personality, the more you're stronger your character. Okay. So whatever you need help, there's so many ways that can help you. You can read books, watch video, listen to audio, attend workshop, seminar, events. There are so many ways that can help you build your personal development. And the more you develop yourself, the better you become, the better person you become, the stronger your character, and the more people will want to connect and work with you. Okay? But remember, working on yourself is a lifelong journey. Okay, because building your character is a lifelong journey. So it's always important to do something daily or even weekly to improve yourself. The more you improve yourself, the stronger your personality and your character. Okay, so that's the end for today's event. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you next time.